The Russians just tried to assassinate the European Union Commissioner Ursula von der Leyen. Donald, you look so utterly weak and pathetic right now as you turn the American National Guard against our own citizens while you have American factories getting bombed by Russia in Western Ukraine, as you have the European Union buildings and the United Kingdom buildings in Kyiv being hit by Russia. And now, as Gunther Fellinger-Jean, who's the chairman of the Austrian Committee for NATO Enlargement, says, this is an act of war. Russia just tried to kill our president, the European Union Commissioner, Ursula von der Leyen. And where is Donald Trump in all of this? What? You're posting memes, QAnon memes about yourself. You're talking about how you don't want to pay subcontractors. Do you know how utterly pathetic you look? And I guess Donald Trump claims he's now going to go and meet with the coalition of the willing European leaders in Paris on Thursday to talk about security guarantees and what happens next in Ukraine. But Donald, based on your 2-week deadline, 2 weeks, Russia again has not agreed to a ceasefire with Ukraine, has not agreed to security guarantees, has not agreed to bilateral or trilateral meetings. You got utterly played, Donald, and our allies are absolutely freaking furious at you. Not only that, but you had the meeting in Shanghai or in Tianjin at the Shanghai Cooperation Summit being led by Xi Jinping, where you had Prime Minister Modi, Vladimir Putin, other kind of Soviet satellite nations that were there as well. You had the Prime Minister of Vietnam and others, and every one of those leaders was freaking laughing at you, Donald, and laughing at the United States. And Prime Minister Modi was doing post after post talking about his meeting with Vladimir Putin, saying it was a delight to meet with President Putin. After proceedings at the SCO summit venue, President Putin and I traveled together to the venue of our bilateral meeting. Conversations with him are always insightful. Or how about this one from Prime Minister Modi? Held an excellent meeting with President Putin on the sidelines of the SCO summit. That's the Shanghai Cooperation Organization summit in Tianjin. We discussed ways to deepen bilateral cooperation in all spheres, including trade, fertilizer, space, security, and culture. We exchanged views on regional and global processes, including the peaceful settlement of the conflict in Ukraine. Our special privileged strategic partnership remains the most important pillar of regional and global stability. And meanwhile, you had Xi Jinping, the leader of China, talking about creating a new global order with China leading the way. Prime Minister Modi also posted the following. During the Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in Tianjin, I held a fruitful meeting with Xi Jinping. We reviewed the positive momentum in the development of China-India relations since our last meeting in Kazan. We agreed that meeting peace and tranquility in the border areas is very important and reaffirmed our commitment to strengthening cooperation on the basis of mutual respect, mutual benefit, and win-win results and mutual understanding. By the way, do you see that language that Prime Minister Modi chose to use? Win-win, mutual benefit, mutual understanding, multilateralism. It's the system that Donald Trump has rebuked and destroyed. Trump wants to have his own view of a win, that he pummeled our ally into the ground, that they submitted to him. But you're a weak, pathetic, vile piece of trash, Donald. Our allies don't want to submit to you. Why don't we work in the spirit of cooperation? What the hell are you doing? And here's how the Financial Times reported it yesterday. Ursula von der Leyen's plane hit by suspected Russian GPS interference. Officials suspect jamming operations forced the jet carrying the EU Commission president to land in Bulgaria using paper maps. The plane Ursula von der Leyen was on was forced to land in Bulgaria due to suspected Russian GPS interference. There are reports that the pilots even had to use paper maps due to the GPS jamming as they made their emergency landing. Bulgaria has confirmed the incident and added that since February 2022, a significant increase in GPS jamming and spoofing is being observed. They're playing you, Donald, how weak and pathetic you look right now. Here is the press secretary over here speaking at the European Commission meeting. And here's what she had to say, how the EU suspects Russia jammed the GPS system of an airplane carrying Ursula von der Leyen. The plane landed safely in Bulgaria, thankfully. Here, play this clip.
Can indeed confirm that there was GPS jamming, but the plane landed safely in Bulgaria. We have received information from the Bulgarian authorities that they suspect that this was due to blatant interference by Russia. We are, of course, aware and used to somehow to the threats and intimidations that are a regular component of Russia's hostile behavior. Of course, this will only reinforce even further our unshakable commitment to ramp up defense capabilities and support for Ukraine. This incident actually underlines the urgency of the mission that the president is carrying out in the frontline member states these days. There she has seen firsthand the everyday challenges of threats coming from Russia and its proxies. And of course, the EU will continue to invest into defense spending and in Europe's readiness even more after this incident.
Now, here was Ursula von der Leyen at the ammunition factory, VMZ. This is where shells are produced in large quantities, not only for Europe's stockpile, but also for Ukraine's defense. 1/3 of the weapons delivered to Ukraine at the start of the war came from Bulgaria. Thank you for your support to Ukraine's defense. It benefits Europe's security as a whole. Here, play this clip right here. Now, more to report from Ursula von der Leyen's meetings, as she, again, was targeted for assassination by the Russia. You can say, oh, Ben, it wasn't targeting for assassination. They just GPS jammed her plane and hoped that it crashed. Come on. Come on. Get smart about this. We know what's happening right now. Here we have Ursula von der Leyen and Donald Tusk of Poland arriving at the Polish-Belarus border to discuss security issues. Ursula von der Leyen says, we have to keep this sense of urgency because we know that Putin has not changed and will not change. He's a predator. In the last 25 years, he started 4 wars in Chechnya and Georgia, Crimea, and the full-blown invasion of Ukraine. Play this clip.
We need to stay consistent and determined in investing in our defense posture. We have to keep this sense of urgency because we know that Putin has not changed and will not change. He is a predator. In the last 25 years, he started 4 wars, Chechnya, Georgia, Crimea, and the full-blown invasion in Ukraine. We know by experience.
And here's von der Leyen talking about the EU allocating funds to Lithuania for monitoring Russian trains. The trains traveling from mainland Russia to Kaliningrad will be monitored. Here, play this clip.
We have already achieved a lot to help Lithuania cope with the constant pressure in the current budget. Lithuania has a 357 million euro EU program that is dedicated for border management and visa policy. We have implemented it, or we have agreed on it in 2021. And since then, we have on a regular basis added money to it. For example, to boost surveillance capacities, tracking the trains. I just could see one of the trains going through Lithuania between mainland Russia and Kaliningrad.
While this is going on, French President Emmanuel Macron says, I just spoke with NATO Secretary General to prepare the meeting of the Coalition of the Willing, which will take place this Thursday in Paris. Together with our partners and in coordination with NATO, we will work to define robust security guarantees for Ukraine. These are a necessary prerequisite to move credibly towards peace. We will also review Russia's stance as it persists in its war of aggression and continues to reject peace, unity and determination in our support for Ukraine, and an unwavering will for peace. Powerful words there indeed. Here, by the way, are what U.S. soldiers are doing. U.S. soldiers with the 239th Military Police Company of the Louisiana Army National Guard are now patrolling Washington, D.C. But let's talk about the human toll of Donald Trump's weakness. Let's talk about the human toll of it all right now. Here is the price of independence, and it's high. The children of Ukraine's fallen heroes will never forget their parents' deed. From United 24 Media. Let's play this clip. And I just want you to show you how courageous the people of Ukraine are as they head to school right now amidst the ballistic missiles hitting Ukraine and the Shahid drones and the killing of innocent Ukrainians as the genocide by Putin is taking place. Just think about this courage right here. Zelensky writes, President Zelensky of Ukraine writes, today a new school year began in Ukraine. Millions of children will be gaining knowledge, both offline and online. And the first bell is always special. It marks the beginning of new knowledge, new dreams, and new achievements. Today, I shared this spirit together with the students of one of the schools in the Kyiv region. I spoke with the children and teachers. The school has everything needed for safe, comfortable, and engaging learning. Accessibility has also been ensured here, which is very important. This is exactly how we must support our children, by helping them and creating conditions where they want to study, grow, and dream big. I thank everyone who works on this and everyone involved in the education. Here, play this clip.
Бачиш камеру? Якщо ти бачиш камеру, значить камера бачить.
Дякую, що до нас завітали.
До побачення.
До побачення, діти.
President Zelensky is also thanking Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, for his steadfast support. It's imperative that Russia understands dragging their feet and prolonging the war will carry consequences. We stand united with our partners in pursuit of peace. And Zelensky thanks Pope Leo XIV for his strong call to stop the war and killings. We fully support His Holiness's position on the need for an immediate ceasefire and call on Russia to take real steps to end the killings and create conditions for diplomacy. Russia must end the war it started and refuses to conclude. A reminder, this is yet another 2 weeks passing since Donald Trump said 2 weeks. Kyiv, the city of courage, writes, today marks the close of the 2 weeks Trump gave the Russian dictator to agree to a ceasefire and begin peace talks. Instead, Russia used this time to unleash thousands of drones and missiles onto the people of Ukraine, murdering more civilians, including many children. Peace remains nowhere in sight. We must abandon the illusion that Putin seeks an end to this war. His goal is Ukraine's destruction. The only path forward is to further isolate Russia, cut off its war financing, and give Ukraine every tool it needs to win. Powerful words indeed, right there. Another just thing to mention as well, briefly, you had French President Emmanuel Macron also talking about the preparations for the United Nations summit this month, where France, Canada, and numerous other nations intend to recognize formally the Palestinian state. And in response, United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio is refusing to give a visa to the Palestinian prime minister as a counter to these other countries recognizing the existence of a Palestinian state. So I wanted to flag that as well. That's what's happening. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.